I'm Dr. Barbara von Mettenheim, and we're again talking about alcohol and drinking alcohol and maybe not wanting to drink alcohol. So, I've been talking about things that I did in order to put together a life that doesn't require alcohol to keep me going. I am an alcoholic. I've been sober 40 years. And so once I decided that I didn't want that life, and there's some previous videos where I talk about that, and then I accepted the fact that there was something out there greater than me that some people call God, and that we have no idea about the full extent of what that means. Just something really huge. There is a God and I'm not it, is my motto. So what happened then was, once I admitted that I was completely defeated, I became willing to let this force, whatever it is, this force that I call God, that you can call anything you want. I know one person called him Ernie, and that worked for her. And so there was, and other people think it's a girl. I happen to think it's neutral. There is no gender to this being, this entity, whatever it is, this life force. And so I became willing to turn my life and will over to it, because I certainly didn't trust any people. People had let me down enough that at that point I was like, no way am I trusting people. So there had to be something out there for me to trust, or else I wasn't going to make it. And so it didn't matter what it is. I just had to become willing to trust it enough to allow it to start guiding my life. And as I developed more and more trust, as I watched this willingness to turn my life over to it, and as better things started to happen for me, I realized that I didn't have faith in it. I began to have evidence that it would work for me. So that I started small. I'm still not the most trusting person in the whole world. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of trust, I'm probably, maybe at a 5. For people, maybe I'm still at a 2 or a 3. I mean, certain people, you have to work really hard to earn my trust. So I'm still not a really trusting person, but I have learned that as I turn my life over to this life force, this, what Deepak Chopra calls pure potentiality, this pure consciousness that exists in the universe, as I allowed that to work in my life, I began to have really solid bits of evidence that there is something there. I have no clue what it is. All I know, I get emotional when I talk about this, so excuse me. All I know is that when I do it, it works. It works. And it takes a lot of freaking courage. A lot of courage to do this. This is not easy. Anybody who tells you it's easy to get sober is lying to you. It is not easy, but it is worth it. So, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get all emotional, but whenever I talk about this, I do get emotional because it's a big freaking deal. This is our life. So anyway, the willingness to do it is all you need. You just need to be willing. And then the rest of it just comes to you. So, I'm sorry that I got emotional. It's really hard for me to talk about it without getting emotional. I just really encourage you to just try it. Just become willing to trust whatever this thing out there is that started the world in motion, and that it's there for you to bring you really great stuff. So, thank you. Sorry I got emotional. That's just who I am, and that's the way it goes. So, thank you for joining me. I hope this helps you, and I'll see you again if you decide to join. Thanks, me, again, here. Bye.